Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner, and this is such a random good morning chit chat. Look, when I tell you I have nothing to talk about, but I was like, just go live because other people might have things to talk about. Okay, so look, it's nothing to discuss. Okay, there's absolutely nothing to discuss right now, but you never know when somebody, just wants to have a little chit chat and whatnot. But y'all know y'all have to do a couple things. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel to become a whole JayBird, don, and okay, y'all know to also like the video, comment in the comment section, share and everything. I hope everybody's having a great, what's that, y'all, Wednesday? And have a great Wednesday. I'll be live later on today to have a live watch along for Miss Diana's live with her going off on Southern University. So that's later on today at 3 o'clock. But today, right now, it's just, random chit chat. So again, if y'all have questions, or have topics to talk about, put it in the chat and we can do that. Otherwise, it's gonna be just random thoughts of Jaylee or whatever. Let me see some comments because again, I literally just like with the like 6 minutes ago, maybe 8 minutes ago, I was like, girl, make a banner and then pop on live. Okay. Just do that. And that's why we are here. Good morning, number two. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's just now 12 p.m. here. So yeah. Finally caught a live. Yes. And I'm never live this early. I'm trying to get into just going live for no reason to talk to y'all versus always having to have a whole full-fledged reason. Because sometimes that's the best conversation because it be just so random. Good morning, Julie, and good morning, chat. Hello, hey, CC Freak. I also hope that everyone is safe and doing well. Because the world is crazy, and I'm like, and also that may be a reason too why I hope y'all can hear me flying because y'all know. So if y'all don't know, I'm on my phone. Wait, I gotta figure out because I'm on my phone right now. So I hope y'all can hear me for one. For two, I'm literally in my bed. I'm literally in my bed. TV is barely on. Whatever. It's my camera clean? My camera ain't really clean. Closet half open or whatever. So yeah. So I'm coming to y'all like literally from the bed, trying to just be like, maybe people have to have, maybe people want to have a conversation because of this thing going on in the world. Now again, y'all know me. I'm not going. This not gonna be no conversation about what happened yesterday. I'm trying to get people's mind off of that because there are so many other channels and pages who are fully engulfed in covering um the crazies that happened in Texas yesterday. So we're gonna try to put some love and light in the air. Okay, good morning. I'm saying absolutely prayers. Let's talk about Christopher saying Marcel Lyon. I haven't seen what he said. 'Cause I don't follow Chris Fletcher. I don't doubt that man saying Marcel lying or whatever, but I haven't seen whatever he's said, so I can't really discuss that. But am I surprised that Marcel is out here lying about stuff? No. Am I surprised that Marcel is trying to use somebody else's life to say that he wasn't doing something? No. I feel like Marcel gonna always be on some BS, and that's what it is. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe. That is very, very well. Um, we are almost at 30K. You know what I'm saying? That's absolute look. It has been a slow go. Building subscribers on YouTube, it's sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it just does what it does. But I am slowly creeping to 30K. Okay, so I hope to be at 30K within like the next month or two. I think it should happen. I'm only like 300 people away, so we shall see. Hey, 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 hey. I'm in my bed too, smoking a blunt. I don't smoke, but I'm in the bed. I could use a laugh after that. So I agree. Okay, let's talk about some foolishness. Do you think Brandy is doing too much about Malaysia? Um, yeah, if y'all have questions, look, if y'all have questions and things y'all want to discuss, you gotta put them in the chats, okay? Because if not, I ain't gonna have nothing to talk about it. I'm trying to get off here. So whatever it is, what I'm saying, let's get some good foolishness chit chat or whatever. Do I feel like Brandy is doing too much? I won't say she's doing too much, but I would say she need to go sit down somewhere. As far as her trying to, defend Malaysia or protect, I'm like, girl, for what? I still don't understand the dynamic between them two and why they're even beefing. So that part is weird. But I wouldn't say she's doing too much, but I would say she don't have to be defending or even trying to talk to Duffy about not bringing up how they good friends. It's like, well, you the one that keep talking about her. You the one that keep, what I'm saying, wanting to say good and bad things. It's like, if you believe that lady knew your daddy died and she didn't call you, well, okay, we'll move on from that. You know what I'm saying? Just don't talk to her because she don't want to talk to you. So I just want her to not I don't want her to keep looking like she's begging for Malaysia to be her friend. So that's the part that I would hope that she would stop doing, because that's the part to get on my nerves. But I'm like, that's on her. Good morning. Yeah, she's on my nerves too. Brandy gets on a lot of people's nerves. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's kind of even from what she used to be or how she used to act on the show, back when she was on it before. So, that's what it is. I think it started with Malaysia icing her out for Shawnee and Evelyn. It could be because back when they told her that her services were no longer needed and Malaysia was on the show still. It could be a thing about them, not being happy with the fact that Malaysia stayed and Brandy was gone, and then Malaysia became another mean girl with the mean girl clique, and now she has to have something different. But it's fine. What do you think about the report rumor that Kathy Hilton used the N and the R word? Um, am I surprised a rich white woman used the N or R word? No. You know what I think about it? I think, people gonna do what they gonna do, what they gonna say, because I have not watched the Housewives of Beverly Hills yet. I really need to. I got 2 episodes to watch, and my reviews will probably be up Thursday and Friday. And I have to watch the third episode as well. So I don't know anything that's going on this season just yet. I don't know why I haven't, because I'm gonna review the show, so I don't know why I'm up here procrastinating. So if that's something that has kind of been on the show, I haven't seen that just yet. But I mean, I'm not surprised at any person of the Caucasian persuasion who use any word that could be a slur, or disrespectful. I just think they sometimes feel like, I'm saying, they don't care. If we fall out, I'm not calling you for any reason. I have not fallen out with a friend in years. I mean, like, when I say years, I mean it was in my 20s. Um, so if I fall out with someone, it would depend on who they are and how close we were. If I would call them, and it would have, if I heard somebody, parent passed away, who I knew the parent, I would reach out. I would, because I feel like whatever petty bullshit we going through, it ain't worth me not, sending condolences, because I lost my father in 2015. So I know how devastating it is to lose a parent. But I also feel like sometimes people don't understand that. Like I always said before, like I didn't understand the severity and the feeling of someone losing a parent until I lost mine. So if we were close friends and their parent passed away, I would reach out. Unless we like had a bad falling out, like to where we know we're not cool, I maybe just like send flowers or whatever. But because we don't know, Brandy in Malaysia hasn't really said they fell out. They just have stopped talking for whatever the reason may be. And I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I would, it would depend. But if we just not talking because we ain't talking, I would still call that person, because it's devastating to lose a parent. It would be nice if Brandy would chill on Malaysia talk. Now that I agree with, I do think she doesn't have to consistently bring her up. But again, we're only 2 episodes in, so I mean, I would probably say that a little bit more if it's like episode 4 and 5, and we still see her every single episode trying to have some kind of conversation about Malaysia. But first episode it made sense because again they had not seen each other in years, and then the second episode was because they were trying to fix shit. So I think by episode 3, 4, 5, it's like, girl, leave it alone. But we see in the preview for next week it's gonna be a fight between them two. So haven't seen Bad Wife in years, honey. It ain't that good. It's I won't say it's not that good. I will say this season feels a bit different, but it's only 2 episodes in. Kathy unfortunately got caught. Okay. I never liked Randy, but I don't like. I don't think I dislike Brandy or Malaysia. I think I have a disdain for Malaysia based on her antics on the show. For me, when Brandy was on the show and it was her and Malaysia, they were a dynamic, mean girl duo, to a certain extent. But I do feel like when Brandy left and Malaysia aligned herself with, the others, she became more of a mean girl and was putting up or allowing other BS to happen and just being like a a puppet standby person. So that's what I did not like about Malaysia. Who was surprised? We're gonna leave that lady alone, because again, I haven't watched it, so I don't want to keep. When you put certain words in the chat, it gets things flagged. So you know what I'm saying. We're gonna leave that be. I haven't watched Beverly Hills since Lisa got into it with Kyle. Beverly Hills Housewives, at least last season it was enjoyable. So I'm pretty sure the season will be as well. So I do want to watch it. I just haven't had the time for other reasons, but we shall see. Not surprised by Kathy Hilton. And if it's true, I mean, she did not know Pierce was in pain and suffered from night terrors. Um, Good morning. Good morning. You are nicer than me. Only because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? 40-year-old Jaylee is completely different than, 25-year-old Jaylee. 25-year-old Jaylee probably would say fucked up people, and, if they die, they die. But, 40-year-old Jaylee is like, if I was close with someone, and this is my thing, if I was close with you, not if I just knew you. No, we were like actual close friends, like not associates, not acquaintances. Like we were friends. And we had a friendship. And for some reason, we fell out. If I did hear that you lost, a parent, and I knew your parent, and I knew your relationship, I will for sure reach out in some kind of way to say, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. But it would have to be, um, you know, a substantial friendship, for me. Um, I know you like Kathy. Did that change how you feel? I don't have any feelings towards Kathy. Honestly. I think she's a hoot as a old white woman who don't know much about society or whatever. But it's not that I like her, but because I don't know what's going on, I don't have any feeling. So I can't. I tend to not want to be told, hey, this happened, but I haven't seen or heard, or I don't know what happened. Um, for me to have an opinion. So would it change my thought process? I need to know what happened, and I don't know yet. So, once I watch the show, I'm pretty sure I'll give an opinion on there. But here, I don't have one about that. Do you think Drew and Ralph is real, or for the camera seeing that Drew is an actress? I don't think Drew being an actress should have to do with her living her life. I think people assume because a person is an actress that means they're always acting on a reality show. And I don't think that'd be true. Kenya's an actress. You know what I'm saying? Is she acting on the show? I don't know. So I think Drew and Ralph are going through shit and we're seeing it. And it's weird that people want to question um they want to question if it's authentic just because she's an actress and just because the situation seems crazy. I'm like, people live crazy lives every day. And we get to see it a little bit, little bit, little bit. So I think that's what it is. But I don't think I can't say it's fake. It's like I don't. If the only reason people think it's fake is because she's an actress, that's crazy to me because actresses have real lives. You know what I'm saying? So that's another like, and I don't think she's that good of an actress to be on the reality show. Acting like she has, because it's like her acting like she has a bad marriage would not help anything. Honestly, it wouldn't. She because we can't act like other housewives don't be having no real storylines and don't still be on the show. So I don't see the point of people trying to make it seem as if this can't be real. It's like no, Ralph is really an asshole. Um, Speaking of Earl House, well, Mary Fuck Kill, Ralph Todd, and the other guy, probably Ross, who is uh Sonya Richards Ross' husband. Um, I would marry, I would marry Ross. I would fuck Todd, and I would, take out Ralph. That was easy. I think Brandy and Malaysia are both tripping. I don't know if they fell out only because Malaysia became a yes person to the other ladies. It could have been that and other things. I think it's weird that neither of them have came forth and said what it is. I think if you're on a reality show, um, and the last time anyone seen y'all, y'all was buddy buddy, okay, thick as thieves, and then a couple years later, y'all are like not talking, but no one is acknowledging why y'all are not talking. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't, as adults. And I know that as people get older, they grow apart. That's fine. But I think neither one of them has said, oh, we just grew apart. I think it's like something happened, y'all stopped talking, and then y'all just haven't addressed it since. So it's just a weird thing. I don't get why come back on the show and then not discuss the reason y'all stopped talking. Somebody know why. Somebody know why there's animosity or like I don't talk to my closest friends regularly. I honestly don't. Like even well, me and my best friend Karla. Um, Damn, when was the last time I seen Karla? I don't even know. Was it CC birth? I can't remember. But like, I don't because we out here living life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just different. Even my good friend Rain. Me and Rain met for lunch. Girl, one day last year. It wasn't even this year. It was one day last year. But before that, I had not seen Rain in years. However, when we meet up, nothing changes. In life, you do grow up. You do have, things to do in life. So you may not be able to consistently, constantly have these conversations and hang out with your closest friends. And that happens. However, when you come back together, nothing should feel like tension at all. I cannot see Carla for 2 years. And when I see her in person, it's gonna be the best of the best of the best. Like there would never be a reason as to why when we do see each other, there is any kind of issue. Like that's the part that I don't understand. Because again, as you are getting older, when you were younger, like when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was seeing talking to my friends all the time. Cause that was like party, party, party life. And now I'm like, girl, I got things to do. I gotta work out. I gotta go to work. It's a lot of stuff to do. And my people, Carla's busy. We're all busy doing life things or whatever. So, I get not talking to your people all the time, but you can't come back around each other and then it'd be like weird shit. Like, that's what's not gonna happen. Because for me, when even if I'm not talking to them, when things are happening, we're communicating. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy part. We would like we would all like to kill Ralph. That's funny. That lady's not acting. Her husband is just trash. Almost every woman has had a trash man before, so I don't know why that's up. Honey, we right. We have look. I have had a couple of trash men. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's also a reason why I keep my dating life completely off of social media, because what I'm saying. Who has time to either be all in love with you? I told y'all, look, when I am either engaged or married, that's when y'all will for sure see, what I have going on. But I'm not gonna be out here just, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas be on bullshit. Like, that's what it is. So, you have to, keep a part for yourself. That's like, that lady ain't acting. You know what I'm saying? Her husband is really just a POS. And that's what it is. It's like, and if more women spoke up about their POS men, how they either, left them or how things got better, people wouldn't act so strange about seeing people have issues. So it's like we seen Kenya fucked up marriage with Mark, who we barely seen Mark, and we now and that produced a whole baby. So it's like, we have to stop making it seem like when someone shows us their life and it's not perfect or whatever, we can't assume, oh, they're faking it for a storyline. Why would that make any sense? And if that's the case, then stop watching reality TV. I do think other shows, I think shows that like fake shit is more like, what I'm saying, Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop for sure. Because they've said over the years that Love and Hip Hop producers will set up scenes to, to see how things. Let's see what chaos we can have, happen. So I think that's what it is. I think Bravo and OWN and other shows, other networks who have these reality shows, they're not making these housewives, make up shit. It's like, hey, show us your life because if not, we're gonna call you out. And it's like Ralph had a whole assistant that he had to fire. Candy went and found the whole Postma girl, you know. So it's like it's not as if, there's not things that's going on. It's just that Ralph is doing things while they're filming a show. I don't. What do y'all want them to be boring and not have nothing going on? Then y'all say they should leave the show. It's like y'all, you can't win for losing. But yeah, I don't think it's. Ooh, my phone fell, y'all. Uh, in my face. I just feel like Drew is doing a lot, especially bringing that thirsty Anthony on Atlanta. But if that's her assistant, you know what I'm saying? What it's like, okay, so y'all, what is, okay, this is my question to everybody. What do y'all want stars to do? Do y'all want them to not bring the messy folks around to entertain us? Do y'all want them to be at home boring and cooking, dinner, watching TV, folding clothes? Do you not want them to have anything extra going on? Like, I don't get what fans want sometime. And it'd be weird to me how like they'll complain about how a show is boring, but then once it gets a little bit spicy, they say, "Oh, you're doing too much." It's like, what you want them to do? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe Zell Swag will tell us why they fell out. Honey, I don't need Zell Swag on my TV every week. I need Zell Swag to go sit down some damn where. Because you know what I'm saying, it just be what it's gonna be. Zell Swag to me is it's extra for no reason. I just because I don't. Zell Swag is more of a random, person. And I also feel like this. Malaysia don't have no other friends besides Zell Swag. That's a good friend. That's a good Judy. I'm leave that be. So y'all telling me Zell never told Malaysia that with right, that's what I said. That's what I said when on my review. I said, Malaysia kept trying to make a point and saying, we don't have no mutual friends. Like, no, we don't have any mutual friends. And then proceeded to meet up with Zell Swag and then say, oh, he knows, he's cool with Brandy. Well, y'all have a mutual friend. And Zell Swag is a person who was always chit-chatting and gossiping or whatever. He'd be on the blog sites and and the IG comment sections or whatever. So no one could tell me that man cool with Brandy. Okay. And he didn't know her daddy died. Okay. And he didn't tell Malaysia's good Judy that you can't tell me that. Okay. That's why Brandy feel like Malaysia full of shit. Because she like, bitch, I know our mutual friends. And I know they knew. Probably because the mutual friend probably reached out to her too. So it's like Malaysia full of shit. She shouldn't say I ain't want to reach out. Fuck your daddy. Is what she should have said, but she didn't want to say that. I think if one of my friends, I think of my friends as a supporter in my life, and me and her not connecting doesn't work for me. You know, that's good. What's the thing? Not connecting and being beefed out is two different things. Like, you just may not talk to your friends every day. You can look up like, damn, I ain't talked to so and so in 6 months. It's been 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And you like, let me call real quick. But there's no actual issue. And both people do that. So I don't think in that aspect is not connecting. But I do get what you mean though. Right, I agree with you as you are I agree with you. As you grow, you learn, you understand that you have things to do. Yeah, and it's no like it's no hard feelings or whatever. Not at all. Again, if y'all have questions, if y'all have things y'all want to discuss, put it in the chat. Because once y'all stop asking questions, y'all not gonna be done. Because I would be done. Um, but yeah, it's just life happens. You know what I'm saying? It just people get married, people have kids, people get jobs, people be have you have things to do, and the friend you have, maybe you just don't talk all the time. But there's no animosity, there is no weirdness, and there's a whole weirdness between Malaysia and Brandy. I feel like it's a storyline for the show. Neither one of them have said why they fell out. Um, Well, the only weird part about that is there was already rumblings before they both got put back on the show this season that they weren't cool. So I don't think it's for a storyline. I do feel like them not addressing it is them maybe holding out or whatever. But before they both were put on this season, people talked about how they wasn't cool no more because they wasn't hanging out anymore. So like in real life, they weren't hanging out. They came back on the show and now they just being on bullshit. Well, that Love and Hip Hop was exposed when Tommy had her meltdown on season 7. I think Love and Hip Hop was exposed, a long time ago because it got to the point to where we was like, y'all is just y'all on bullshit, okay? Because they will also go on social media and say things, and they would consistently say how production would set up these meetings and production would um like not tell them who's coming to a meetup. So they said that early on. Cause people say like, why would if you beefing out with so and so and so and so, why y'all coming to the same event acting surprised? And they would say they would get a call to come. Scene would be today at 3 p.m. At the hookah lounge or whatever, and they would get there and you would see people show up and then okay, it's a fight. So yeah. I want you to go away and start in a WT movie. I think Drew may still be working on. I don't know because I don't follow that lady. Not for the because I be like, what y'all want them to do? Like they like why they going to all these? It's like, what do you want the people on the show to do? Okay, they get for clothes, they wash dishes or whatever. That's what's gonna be. Nah, leave the messy people out our storyline because people gonna be looking at you crazy because you hanging in and bring around messy folks. And I need you to pause and rewrite that. Um, I feel like people who don't want messiness just shouldn't watch the show. I feel like watching certain reality shows, you already know the premise. You already know what's gonna be happening. So it's like if you know for a fact it's gonna be a messy ass show. If you know for a fact it's gonna be on some bullshit. If you know for a fact it's gonna probably be something to aggravate you, then it's like why watch it? You know what I'm saying? I don't watch reality TV and then say, oh my God, these messy ass assistants. Oh my God, these housewives complain about this or that. I watch it knowing what I'm gonna probably get, and then my commentary is just based on what I see. Um, but I think the times we can complain about things being kind of fake. When I think of housewives, when I think of fake news, I think of I always go back to Kenya and that damn Walter. I don't think that Kenya and Walter were ever a real thing. I think they both did it for TV. And for now, that's one thing I do feel like was some fake and fugazi ass shit. Because stuff just did not add up, and whether that was Walter acting like he like Kenya, I don't know, but that's what I think about when I think about okay, that was a fake storyline, in my opinion. But like Kenya with Mark, and having Brooklyn, and then Mark being a complete asshole made sense. Even that damn trainer dude she today, his name Matt, the dude who bust out her car window, whatever, that was real. So I'm like, that's a person's life, and the fact that Drew happens to have a messy ass assistant, I think a lot of folks have messy ass assistants, but some of them just not on TV. And we seen, old boy Anthony was on Basketball Wives being messy. So that's what he is. Now I don't get why Drew and Ralph has all them damn assistants. I think if y'all have all them assistants, you can fire Anthony. But I mean, I'm not mad about the messy bullshit of it all. It kind of is what it is. I'm going for 30-minute training. Catch the replay. Okay, thank you very much. Again, this is a random ass nothing to talk about chit chat. And if y'all have questions, post them in the comments section. Y'all know when the comments end, I'm gonna pop off. I may go look on Jasmine Brand and see if there's some random gossip topics before I leave. A question I've been asking for after dark for each other. When you gonna do one? YouTube is so funny and so fickle. So sometimes it's hard to get one done because things get flagged. And then two, I don't know how many people gonna watch a whole, after show, after dark show. Um, because some folks not into that. I don't look, y'all know me. I'll talk about just about anything. I have a comment about just about everything. So I'm not against it, but I would have to be like, who really wants to do it? Who would actually watch? Because my thing be I can't post content or do videos that like nobody gonna watch because it's like a waste of time. So I don't know how many people are actually interested in a whole, after dark, adult conversation, adult questions, live. Because it would have to be alive, just because it's more fun when it's alive. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll do one this Friday night. I don't know. They may have outgrown each other. Friendship, it happens. I agree. Hello, hello, hello. I'm probably in the unpopular opinion, but I think Monique and Chris' arguments are real petty to a point, but real. Yeah, I didn't think Chris and Monique's stuff wasn't real. I think people, because Monique and Chris, they're now on the Love and Marriage DC on. Monique and Chris were on Real Housewives of Potomac, and I don't feel like their arguments are fake. I feel like people who watch Potomac don't realize how much Potomac doesn't really focus on couples relationship issues unless they're like big and blown up. I think Chris and Monique at that point in time when they were on the show was like little issues bubbling. You know what I'm saying? Monique probably just starting to kind of want to complain about things that she didn't like that Chris was doing. But she for sure, her and Chris for sure had conversations on Potomac about, this Chris not really being emotionally, open, or his communication not being the best, and how Monique felt like at times, she was doing the most for home life, and Chris would just kind of, you know what I'm saying, be wedded one hand and foot. So I don't at all think it's fake. I think we're just now getting a full fledged look at it. And I also, what I can say, I kind of don't like a little bit is, Love and Marriage DC is literally a whole new show, a whole new cast, and we're only 2 episodes in. So I'm like, I don't want to judge and say this is fake within 2 episodes. Like you haven't, that's you said that at like the end of the season after you see it all play out. So I agree. You know, um, I wouldn't say petty, but I would say it's real. I feel like people have the right to say what their issue is, and what's petty to me may not be petty to Monique because she's living it. But I'm like, people in marriage and this in relationships, they have it's shit not perfect, you know. Reality shows come with mess regularly. I take a break sometimes if it's triggering. Yeah, like for me, that's why I say I don't want to review all reality shows. And sometimes I'll just skip episodes or whatever. Or I'll, because you just don't want to be fully engulfed in the bullshit at all times. Because it can drive you crazy. It can drive you crazy. Um, Let me see. I know Walter's cousin. It was fake. Hey, 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 hey. Good morning, y'all. Hey, Julie. Hey, hello. Well, I was looking at it from their perspective. Don't in a good mood because everything's supposed over social media, and you're going to have many people attacking you and your friend, but you can handle it. I think social media is something still new to people on reality shows. I think, oh, my eye is itching, y'all. I think more stars, and I use that term loosely, on reality shows are knowing that if they fussing on social media, it garners views for the show because you fuss on social media and then people want to go out the show to see what y'all fussing about. So sometimes I can feel like the social media and the like Twitter shit and Instagram shit. I think that sometimes is not necessarily fake, but it's for sure purposeful, meaning you purposely will post shady shit to get a reaction out of somebody to garner attention for the show because you already shot the show, but you then have to still promote the show to get folks to watch the show. Because even I know this past weekend, the people on Love and Marriage DC was on Twitter fussing, you know what I'm saying, with Winter and Angela. And I was like, oh, let me get screenshots. But I'm like, I don't feel like it because I'm like, to me, that was fully for promotion for the show. And I still feel like, Angela wants to be a villain. So, like, I be picking and choosing. I'm like, I ain't got time to be listening to y'all promotional bullshit on social media. You were keeping me entertained. I need the background noise, honey. That's how I be. And that's why I said sometimes you just pop on a little live or whatever, and you just kind of, say whatever. It don't be much going on at all. But it's just, what I'm saying, quietness and conversation. Quietness and conversation. Oh, I need to email myself that. Quietness and conversation is what I should call if I go live in the mornings, honey, from my bed. Because guess where I'm at? I'm in the bed. I'm sending myself a message now. Quietness. I spelled quiet wrong. Quietness and conversation. Because I have car conversation, you know what I'm saying? So quietness and conversation, that's what this is. Because I don't think, I hope I'm not talking too loud. I hope my fan ain't too loud either. It was all the way on the room. But, sometimes you do need quietness around here. Uh, exactly. I think their issues were always on the surface, but they highlighted the messages instead. And that's what it is. Okay. So do you believe Anthony have tea on Ralph? Do you think Anthony just wants 15 minutes? I think I feel like Anthony is a messy assistant. I feel like Sheree also knows that because she had stuff from him about Ralph already on deck. I feel like the fact that Sheree and Drew were not on the same show at the same time until this season. Drew was on last season for her first season, and Sheree had not been on for a couple of seasons. I also feel like I don't think Sheree and Drew were like cool outside the show. So for Anthony, the ever loving assistant, to be given information on both Sheree and Drew, but we see he's currently Drew's assistant. I'm like, clearly someone, Sheree, could be looking for attention. I think Drew already had a good storyline with her, the shit with her and Ralph. I think the Anthony shit kind of fell in her lap, but I feel like Anthony does not have any real tea on Ralph simply because he living in the house with Ralph. We're not living it, but he's working in the house with Ralph. So even if the text that Sheree showed during the scene was a picture of Ralph with Dennis, you know what I'm saying? Portia baby daddy. And I said, look, everybody know Dennis is a cheater. We don't think we don't think he's gay. He's a cheater. So I'm like, it would have made more sense if he would have said, well, look at Dennis and Ralph hanging out here cheating. Two men out here, you know what I'm saying, fucking for a buck. That would have made more sense to me. But sending the photo of Dennis and Ralph and then saying I got more tea isn't proof that you're saying that Ralph is gay. It just did not make any sense to me. And I just I feel like the tea on Ralph is cold. I think it's an easy, rumor read to say, oh, so and so husband is gay. They always say they did it to Kim Field's husband a couple years, back when he was on the show. They like to say how so and so is gay. Look, it's on bullshit. I think Ralph cheated for sure. I think Ralph's an asshole for sure, but I don't fully believe Sheree in saying Anthony's whole point was that Ralph was gay. And my issue remained that Sheree didn't tell Drew that, or Sheree did not tell any woman on the show that Anthony had been gossiping about Drew. She told a random friend who then was drunk and revealed what Sheree had been saying. So Sheree was saying that she accused Drew of. So I feel like if Sheree really had tea that someone was telling her that Drew husband was gay, she would have told someone on the cast because it would have been a storyline. I think the reason Sheree did not say it is because Sheree didn't believe it herself. Sheree is a whole full-fledged card carrying bone collector. Because she carried bones from here, there, and everywhere. If she had tea or gossip or whatever about Drew's husband, she would have told somebody. That's her pleasure. So for me, it's a reason Sheree never told anybody on the show what she heard from her assistant. And not only that, Sheree to make it seem as if I didn't, he wasn't my assistant, but you are kind of defending the fact that he told you stuff too. So I'm like, Sheree full of shit. Anthony is a messy assistant. And I think he do want his 15 minutes of fame, but they the ones giving it to him. Because all the things he told them was off camera, you know? Um, you need to watch Chase Atlanta. I'll personally pay. I tend to not want. I know because I know Chase Atlanta is one of the, one of I think it's like gay men in Atlanta or whatever. Living life wonderfully and whatnot. I tend to leave that alone because I don't think me is a, because I'm a heterosexual bottom, which I think is my title. Um, and sometimes I feel like if I'm reviewing some of the, gay shows, I don't want to be like just attaching myself and cracking jokes or whatever on them. So this is not my tea. I know it's a lot of them shows. I'm like, leave that stuff to the folks who, I'm saying, out here wanting to watch and review, but it's like that's just too much. Like without them, look, I have new neighbors upstairs now, actually. And the funny part was, like a month after the other neighbor got put out, I was in my apartment and I kept hearing like somebody. I'm like, why is I hearing somebody upstairs? But I assume it was like what I heard them doing some renovations, doing cleaning to the apartment was for one. But then I'm like, man, somebody up there like moving stuff around or whatever. I was confused. And then one night at like 1:30 in the morning, I'm like, why is people going in up there? So somebody else moved in. They have not been that noisy. I hear them upstairs right now above my head. But like slightly quietly moving around. And I don't need like silent neighbors, but my neighbors before the people who are there now, we're just like heavy walking as gorillas. You know what I'm saying? Walking like lionesses walking around for no reason. So I'm hoping the people up there now will be, better than the last. I believe 15 Minutes of Fame rumor has it he's the one that told Jackie about alleged kids. He is, apparently allegedly. Quietness and conversations, I like it, and car conversations, also like your story times that you have on the other channel. I'm probably going to eventually do some more story times. I just be having to think of shit sometimes. My mind, honey, has been slipping lately. So, I just be thinking, he hopping around or jumping around being messy. He is. He is. Um, Drew brought up on camera like a whole scene. Well, no, when I say Drew bring it up on camera, my point, they asked if Anthony was being messy. And I said, yeah, I said, but whatever he's told them, we haven't seen him tell anyone anything on camera. Drew telling Candy on camera, did happen. I mean, Anthony, we had not seen him tell anybody anything on camera. Um, so I'm like, we can't say that he for sure is looking for some time, but he sure is getting it. Um, who said that? Anybody? Um, did you say? Yeah, Scotty had a live one day, and it was a guy on there who who was he's a gay guy. And when they asked him like what he was, he said he's a heterosexual bottom. I was like, what? And it was funny. And I was like, if you think about it, I am too. Even though he was a man who sees some it was just so funny when he said it. I can't think what the guy's name was, but I was like, ever since then, that was like a month or two ago. I said I identify as a heterosexual bottom because because I am, and that's kind of what it is. Let me see, because y'all don't have any more questions, but I want to do maybe 10. I want to make it a full hour. Let's go to the Jasmine brand and see what they talking about today. Because it's probably always something, you know what I'm saying? And again, we're trying to stay away from heavy topics, okay, because we're trying to have love and light and take our mind off of things that's crazy. Khloe Kardashian says people don't get to see the good side of ex Tristan Thompson. Um, Girl, ain't no good side. It's weird that she wants people to feel like he's a good person. And I'm not saying he's a crazy asshole, But he's a cheater. He's a cheater, pumpkin eater. He's third trimester Tristan. So I don't get why Chloe is still trying to protect him in some kind of way. I think she wants people to forgive him. So if she wants to be with him, it does not make her look as stupid. But I was like, lady, that man kept cheating on you. Okay, he was cheating on you when you was pregnant with the damn baby, and then while y'all were trying to get pregnant a second time, he went out and got somebody else pregnant. So it's like, leave it alone. The good side maybe he makes cute babies, but that does not make him a good person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you have to sometimes leave folks where they are. And what Tristan needs to be left at is on the curb somewhere because he's gonna go pick up another woman and then have sex with her. So it's just weird. It's just weird. But I was like, Tristan has showed, Tristan has completely showed us who he was. So I think she brought up how they're in a cordial place, which is fine. And their daughter was like 4. So what she said, she was talking. Who she talking to? She was on a podcast. She was on Not Skinny but Not Fat podcast with a girl who was definitely skinny, but I'm gonna leave that be because she's nowhere near fat. But she brought up how he's always gonna be in my life because of True, which is their daughter, and he's great. He's a great dad, and that's really all I need to focus on. He was a great dad to that first kid. He took him. Let me stop. It's sad because like there's so many good sides to him as well, but no one gets to see those because they're all overshadowed by like the personal stuff that's going on between him and I. No, it's the fact that Tristan was out here fucking these hoes, honey. Not they're not hoes. The women not hoes, but out here sleeping with other people when he was supposed to be in a whole relationship. So you can't get mad or you can't make it seem as if the people are getting a skewed version of him because for no reason. No, we're getting what he showed us. Like he was the one who publicly cheated on you and got someone pregnant. It's like, what is wrong with you? She also put up how I also just think that people do make mistakes. He's still a good person. He's not a good partner. With me, I want everyone to still have a fair shot at just being happy, have a good life. I don't think at all that Tristan gonna have any hardness trying to find somebody else at all. He gonna find somebody to ride on his penis. That's what it is. And I'm like, she don't have to even, make a scene with, oh my God, he won't be happy in life. He gonna be happy in life regardless. You may not be if you want him to look some kind of way. That's on you. Now she also was commenting because people say she had 12 face transplants. I'm like, we put his face off? No. I think Chloe has to make her face look different. But she said she had her nose done and that's it. I'm like, your nose, your lips, it's fine. But girl, don't act like, we don't that your face don't look different and it's not just because you lost weight. Um, Tristan don't even want her. Well that's fine. That's fine. Hi Glenn, I was a little late to the party. Did you give your opinions on their outfits at the wedding? No, I didn't. I didn't care. And that's a lot for me because it's fashion. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen the theme, for lack of a better term, I'm like, so I seen somewhere on social media where it said they all dress for like more of a funeral than a wedding. It gave me like Dawn of the Dead, type of thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Um, I felt like they was all dressed like old, people, not old people, but people from Italy, you know what I'm saying? Or from Venice or whatever. So I really didn't have, no opinion other than that. And it wasn't bad fashion, but it was just okay if that's what y'all want to do. So that's what y'all gonna do. It's ultimately her fault. Should have known a 26-year-old multi-million dollar baller would not be faithful. Should have kept it a companionship. Well, see, I don't think that's a fair statement. Only because we can't make it seem like anybody who is young and rich is gonna be a fuck boy. I think we've had it. We've had like LeBron James, like Steph Curry. I think we even like Doug Christie. When Doug Christie was with Jackie back in the day, he was allegedly a faithful husband. So I think I don't want to make it seem as if anybody who's young and in the NBA with money, oh, they're going to cheat. I think you can give people chances, but I'm like with Chloe, he had a girlfriend. He had a pregnant girlfriend when y'all met. She was actively pregnant, in her third trimester. So I feel like she should have known based on how they hooked up, how he rolled. Like, you ain't special. You know what I'm saying? So that I think is more the thing. Right? He be thotting and bopping, thotting and bopping. Okay. Um, when she said I thought when she said that I thought about what the girl with the messed up eyebrows about Martin Luther King. That wedding dress, I'm sorry, that wedding needed Kanye's touch. Look, I think the Kardashians have always needed the touch of a black person to help them with, fashion, life, hair, responses or whatever. But that's on them. I just, I don't really follow Courtney. So Courtney was, well, I guess we can say this is Courtney's first marriage, unlike Kim, unlike her mama. Travis seems unproblematic, unlike all Chloe's exes. Chloe has dated, cheaters, drug addicts and things of that sort. But I feel like sometimes you read what you saw. So I guess Courtney being married for the first time is a big deal, but I also didn't care because it's Courtney. It's just Courtney. It's just Courtney. Let's see. Little Kim confirms upcoming biopic and memoir. The weird thing about it is I'm not like excited, and I don't know why I'm not excited about it. I think mainly because I only like to hear about people wanting to do a biopic or a memoir where they're going to really be honest about whatever happened in life. And I feel like, sometimes look can be delusional. And I don't know if that's because I remember her original face. And I think she doesn't address the fact that she looks completely different now than she used to. And that's because she, surgically and she changed her face. Okay. It was a whole face off or whatever. And, I just want her to be honest about the reason it happens. And like you can't pick an actress to play you who look like you now. I need someone who looked like you then. Okay. But when fans asked her if they could expect a movie dealing her life and her music career, she replied, absolutely. Um, okay. And she said everybody's gonna know things they've never known before. Okay. I will believe it when I see it. Now I am a Little Kim fan. I grew up in her era. I know the original Little Kim. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to see it happen. I just also want it to be like authentically true to what she went through. Because that can help other people, you know what I'm saying, live their life too. Um You ever do call-ins for us to kiki with you? I haven't yet because the one time I tried to do it, no one wanted to come on. And I'd be like, look, I'm not gonna offer y'all a seat up here to talk to me. Y'all don't talk. So I was like, well, that one time I tried, no one wanted to do it. But that don't mean that was 20 months ago. Was it months ago? Was it this year? It may have been one time, like towards the end of last year. Um, so I'm not against it, but I feel like, y'all would have to want to do it. And I just, so that'd be the weird part. And I'm like also because you have some folks that come on and they don't either audio be fucked up or they be long, having long conversations about nothing. And so I also, want to make sure that I'm able to wrap up, conversations quickly, and figure out how I want to do call-ins. You know what I'm saying? So I will start doing them, but only if I offer to have people come up and no one does it, I'm not gonna keep offering. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not against it at all. No. Good morning. Now is okay. This person must be a troll. So let me put user in timeout. Is Lil Kim going to address her face transplant? I know Lil Kim had stuff done to her face based on some abuse, so that part I do know. But I also feel like some stuff is like, no, you did that because you wanted to. You know, we know she's going to lie about the person the person who plays her. That is funny. I've been waiting for that memoir. I did the pre-order 2 years ago on Audible. She's only doing it. It's been 2 years in the making for a memoir, girl. That's crazy. Yes, we want to see crush. Right, right. Crush on you. Come on, not crush on you, Kim. Okay. Um, Look, Kim was abused and had to get surgery on her face. I think we know that happened initially, but even after that, she kept getting more stuff done. Like, Lil Kim's whole face and body is different. And only if you have to, and I always say, I say people don't get how you have to sometimes live in a certain era to fully remember who a person was. I always say that people who think they knew Tupac did not know Tupac. If you were not alive, if you were not alive and a teenager before Pac passed away, you can't really talk about Pac because you don't know about Pac. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see it in real time. And for me, Lil Kim, when Lil Kim first came out, and up until she did the Lil Kim the Notorious Kim album, she was that bitch. And over that time, everything about her changed. Her hair color, her eye color, her skin tone, her facial features, her body in general. And the look Kim we see today, it's just not the look Kim who we knew um back in, like, 90s. It's a different look Kim. She look and she sound different. And there's nothing wrong with someone who has to have things done based on an asshole putting their hands on her. But I feel like we not gonna ignore the fact that it was also because she just wanted to look different. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with wanting to look different. But she went from this pretty, amazing, beautiful black woman to, honey, a Asian lady. I don't know. Um, and I'm like, that needs to be addressed. Like, I want to see where was the conversations where she was like, you know what, I want to look lighter. You know what I'm saying? I want you to use lighter makeup on my skin. Cause my thing is, there's no type of abuse she endured to where her skin tone changed. You know what I'm saying? So, she also got her ass done by a horrible doctor. And now she built like an ant. And it's the weird thing about, because I remember Kim's body being amazing. Kim had, like, small boobs, but when she went and got her first breast job, like, she still looked gorgeous. When she got her first nose job, because of the abuse, she still looked gorgeous. And then I think over time she just kept changing stuff and kept changing stuff, and I was confused. I was like, for what? For why? For how? And, so I'm like, I want her to do a whole biopic. I want her to do a whole memoir, but I need her to be honest about it. Like, I feel like Tina Turner, her movie, years ago, was very, very honest. I feel like even Wendy Williams was very, very honest. I think people, do these biopics and these stories about themselves, and then they kind of they sugarcoat shit to make it seem like, either things wasn't as bad as it was, or they don't want to admit what they went through. And I'm like, no, ma'am. No, sir. I feel like even the New Edition biopic, that was on BT years ago, the fact that we had no idea, was it Ronnie? No, not Ronnie. Maybe either Michael Bivins or Ricky Bell. Maybe Ricky Bell. Ricky Bell had a whole drug addiction. I did not know Ricky Bell was on drugs, but they put it in the movie. Even, the Bobby Brown story. Them showing Bobby Brown in the kitchen cooking crack. I was like, who would have thought that Bobby Brown was cooking crack for him and Whitney? So I'm like, you want to have these true moments to see what the fuck they was actually doing. And I'm like, no, ma'am. Are you gonna watch the battle Thursday? Oh, for versus? Probably so. UGK MJG. Um, yeah, I'm gonna watch just because it's a verse. I need to post about that. That's tomorrow, girl. I gotta get ready. I gotta get ready. So yeah, I'll be live tomorrow after versus. It's UGK MJG versus battle. Y'all know it's Memorial Day weekend, so that'll be cool. And then because there's no ladies first panel this Thursday because it's Bonnie's birthday is this weekend. Um, I think Jamie's son is graduating too, so we're not gonna be on the third. We'll be back next Thursday. So I'll probably, I may do a live watch along. I don't know. We have to see. But I will for sure be doing the after show chit chat on my channel as always. Okay. Maybe she lost her confidence from getting abused. It's possible. I think she went through a lot and she didn't want to see the girl Biggie never wanted Kim. Always compared to Faith because would use that against her. Honey, I don't know about all about that. Maybe because YouTube be like, yeah, YouTube was always late with notifications. That's why sometimes I pop on live and I'm like, whoever on here, whoever not. I think she got addicted to surgery as a quick fix. I agree, that can happen for sure. Um, why do you say Asian person? Because she don't look. You can't when you see Kim in her pictures, you don't see black woman. And we have to be okay with admitting that. She looked like a different race of a person. Her eyes are different. Her skin tone is different. She looked different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I just have to that's when like it needs to be addressed. Like, Michael Jackson had a whole different face from beginning to end too. People who look different, I just not that they owe us an explanation, but you can't do a whole memoir and not address your facial change, you know? And that be the weird part that I don't be understanding. So I'm like, I can't be all hype about some shit that's gonna be some shit that's gonna be, it's gonna be a PG version of porn. I don't need PG version porn. I don't want that. Kim was too beautiful for what she did, right? And I'm like, again, I think some folks don't remember Kim from back in the day because they aren't old enough to have been in the world when Kim was like seeing Kim live. Is different. You know what I'm saying? Looking at old photos is one thing, but no, being alive at the time and watching someone grow as an artist and you see them, you feel them or whatever, there's a connection. So folks who like Kim now, who are like in their 20s, I'm like, bitch, you don't even know Kim from 20 years ago. You weren't even born yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I be meaning. Um, right, UGK, I send the DM in your for the person. Yeah, I have the information because I was when Swiss Beast and Timberland was on live with them. Like they just set this up like 2 days ago. They was on IG Live with them and were discussing like should they do something for the weekend or whatever, and then they kind of agreed. So I seen it, and I'm like, okay, I gotta remember. But I was also like, okay, it's stuff going on. Rest in peace, Pimp C. Um, false about talking about Pac. I was alive in elementary. I remember what I had on and everything about Pac. What is false? What is false? If you were alive when he was around, then what is false? If I'm saying people had to be alive at the time, then what is false? So, okay. I feel bad for her daughter. You can't teach her to love herself when you're not even the same woman. I do think, it'd be difficult when, like I say, that for like Lil' Kim daughter. Even for Kylie daughter. It'll be different. It'll be different. Like if I had to look at pictures of my mom, back when she was younger, and she looked nothing like what she looked like now, and not because the person has either gotten older, has gained or lost weight or whatever. As you gain and lose weight, you get older, your face does change, but you should still look like yourself. If I seen a picture of my mom and I'm like, Mama, who's this lady? Who is this dark skin? Like, who is that? And that's me. It's like, what you look different. What did you do? Like, like that would be weird for me. Um, so I'm like, so that's the part that's hard for me. Cause like Kylie in the face looks completely different. And that's just based off on her getting her lips done and probably nose or whatever and some little contouring. So it's like, yeah, it's like, what do their children see when they look at their parent or when they look at old pictures or whatever? It's just different. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. She should have left her face alone when she did put your lighters up. Put your lighters up. Right, because at a point, it wasn't at some point it wasn't, too crazy. So I was like, she could have stopped when she was ahead. But that's just me on that. Um I was the first one Pac passed. We were at a football game when they announced that he was shot. We were all stopped. Yeah, I was a freshman in high school. Going to, a party, a high school party that night at a club. And it was announced on the radio. So I was in a club. You know what I'm saying? I was in the car on the way to the club when they announced it. And we partied that night. We was also crying and sad too. But yeah, I'm like, so it's the weird thing about there are people who were not old enough and did not know about Pac when Pac was alive. It's folks who realized or found out about Pac after he was dead, and they make it seem like they know this or that. And I'm like, you don't, because she wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I can't really imagine the temptations. I can't really imagine, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't alive when they were in their prime. You know what I'm saying? What I see is a whole aftermath of what it was. I can watch the video, yeah, but I don't know. I can't feel that shit. I wasn't there yet. I wasn't there. So that's what I mean by some folk who was not alive when, a person was, living their life and coming up. So you don't really get it all the way. You know what I'm saying? That's just on me. They said, 'cause I went back to the Jasmine brand because I'm still talking a little bit. Candy Birds believes Escape would take the win in a versus battle against Destiny's Child. We the OGs. I don't believe that. Because as we know in the verses, Escape only has Escape songs, and they have songs that Tiny and Candy probably wrote for the people. But Destiny's Child would have music from not only them as a group, but also them solo. Because that's a part of the verses. If it's a verses or whatever, it can be. It is also sometimes the person's solo songs. And once Beyonce song gets in, plus Kelly has some good songs too, and so does Michelle. So Candy, I love you, mama. But no, thank you. That's not true at all. That's a whole lie. But she's supposed to big up her group. She's supposed to big up her group this time, but not no ma'am. Because I feel like if you have a versus between them two, people's solo hits gonna come into play. They are. That's what it is. Tank on performing at gay pride events. I don't feel like I'm going to walk into a gay room and all of a sudden become gay. I saw that because he was on Drink Champs. And he was saying how people felt like because he was performing at gay events. Oh, is he gay? He's like, well, no, why would I be gay because I'm performing for somebody who's gay? I agree. Perform for those who want to hear your music. Okay. Jamie Foxx photo of him kissing blonde woman garners mixed reactions. Why are y'all shocked? Jamie Foxx, I don't think we've ever seen Jamie with a black woman. I don't think we've ever seen him be dating, be with, kissing on, nothing. It's always been Caucasian persuasion for Jamie. So I'm not shocked. Now while he may, love black women and he may want to throw support behind black women, I've never seen him actively dating a black woman. Now I don't know the race of the mothers of his two children. He only has two daughters. So I don't know if they are whatever. I don't know what they are. But the only time we ever see him with a woman, she's typically has been, of the Caucasian persuasion. So I'm not shocked. So I'll be like, oh, okay. Um, Whatever. I hope Cardi stopped doing too much surgery for her face. I hope Cardi's done. Um, Cardi got her nose done. And I felt like we knew that because a couple years ago, because she brought up how she had it done a couple years ago. But a couple years ago, before the pandemic, Cardi was walking around in like a face mask. And I'm like, she had done something on her face. And while she never addressed it then, she did address it recently. So I do think Cardi hasn't done so much that she looks completely different. I think Cardi has got her teeth fixed. She's for sure got her nose done. And so she does look different. However, she does look so different to where I don't recognize her. Um, but yeah, I do not want Cardi getting any more surgery. I don't want her done any more. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. It's like no, don't want to do that. Yes, I saw Celebrity Child with the Pac. They ain't even know about Pac. Not at all. It's like no, ma'am, no sir. Kenny wrote some songs for DC. That's true. That's true. Oh wait, wrong thing. Right here. She wrote some songs for DC. Pac died. We didn't believe it because he was just shot and made it through. Then right. And it was a whole like you have to like, and then when Biggie died, like month because Pac died in September '96, Biggie died in March of '97. So it was just crazy to like, and back then you wouldn't have social media, so it wasn't as if you could solidify a story by seeing people post about it. It was like we heard about it on the radio. It wasn't a text message. We didn't. There was no social media back in '96. None. So when the news came out, you only could rely on like the DJs and the radio hosts to like tell like when Aaliyah died, it was announced on the radio because there was no social media. So like now when people pass away, like it's easy to get information to the masses because we have social media. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Let's see. The issue was they then called them. They call who sissies? Don't do that. Oh, all his kids are biracial. Good morning. Are you going to review? Yeah, I'm going to review the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Those reviews will probably be out Thursday and Friday. I got the last two episodes and then tonight's episode as well. Also, they are white. Mm. Jamie kissed Fantasia. That don't mean nothing. He also kissed Fancy. So it's like, what I'm saying? Jamie, I've never seen him fully be with, a anybody except a white woman. So I'm not surprised when I see, what I'm saying? I'm like, and if that's what he likes, that's fine. But I don't ever get on, oh my God, Jamie's with a white woman. Okay, and water is wet. Like whatever. The fillers are effing the fillers are the effing fillers Cardi. She don't look horrible, you know, but I do want her to fully like not. I don't want her to do anything else to her face. Nothing. I don't think Cardi needs to do anything else. Period. Okay, not to her face, not to her body. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Like just nothing. Just stop it. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't think she's gone too far yet. But if she has any other surgeries, Cardi, you're doing too fucking much now. Don't do that. Okay. Nick Cannon admits he may have more kids. Says Shooter's mom don't have to get along because they get along with him. Nick is a agent of chaos. No one can tell me different. Nick Cannon's out here populating the world for no reason. He also brought up how he had a vasectomy consultation. Um, Nick is an agent of chaos because nobody else should be trying to purposely knock up everybody he sleep with, and that's just weird to me. Okay, I don't understand the point of multiple families with all these different women. Also, y'all know I seen Danny Lay, the baby Lay mama. People were saying that she was pregnant because she had a little pouch, and she came out and said, I'm trying to lose weight. I got a little belly." I think it's so crazy that people really put out that she was not. This is the crazy part. Not only the blogs or people, because I saw a video, somebody did it too, who said Danny pregnant again. They then said she pregnant by the baby. And I'm like, how y'all know who the daddy is? So it's crazy to me that people put these narratives out here without no evidence. And I said, because they don't like that damn girl. So while niggas out here saying his kid's mom don't have to get along, you got Danny Lay being accused of being pregnant by the baby and then getting dragged for it and her having to come out and say, I'm not pregnant. I have a baby, I had a baby a year ago. I haven't maybe lost all my baby weight. You know what I'm saying? And I have a little pouch. Now, if she is pregnant, she lying, that's on her. That's on her. But the fact that people just said, "Oh, she pregnant and it's his baby," I'm like, how y'all know that's how y'all know who was in her vagina? That's weird for me. But I'll leave that alone for her. Um, I think that may be all I have to talk about. If y'all don't have any other questions, gonna deny bond and will remain in jail until 2023. I think his trial date is set for January 2023. The fact that the rapper Gunna is in RICO charges and all, and being denied bond and being denied bail, and having to stay in prison in jail, okay, for the next over six. This is May, like 7-8 months is crazy. But that's what happens. I seen somebody put up somewhere, I can't think where I seen it, how these rappers who be having these fake lives as these hardcore gangsters or whatever, in these streets, and they not, and then they get caught up in bullshit. And they wonder, like, I'm not that, I'm innocent. But what you telling your music was that you're a hardcore gangster. Y'all out here, doing this and that. It's like sometimes you don't have to be this hard asshole to sell music. Because what happens is you get the Rico. Okay? You get the Rico. Now I don't know how innocent that man is. I also don't know how guilty that man is. What I do know is I don't think anybody wants to be arrested and then having to sit in jail for 6-7 months. If they're innocent. But I'm also on. I'm not out here playing. I'm not gangster loving. I ain't gangster. You know what I'm saying? Not currently. Now I also beat a bitch ass if need be. But I do think we have some people who really be rapping and talking about this life, and then when the life catches up to them, it's like, well, that ain't really me. But that's what you said. Am I not supposed to believe what you told me? That's what you said to me. Um, Let me go back up to some comments to see what's going on. Jamie Foxx ain't cute. No, he not cute. Jamie Foxx is he's a different handsome man. They said Jamie and Katie Holmes Jamie was for sure dating Katie Holmes after she broke up with what's the man name? Tom Cruise. Yeah, Tom Cruise. So they were definitely like messing around like in a secret world. Okay. Right. That man likes the white women. Period. I was watching when ABC News broke and reports about this. God, he crazy. Okay. I know, right? Then 2 weeks after Leah's death, 9/11 happened. I'd be crushed if the actor who played Franklin dates away. If Damson Idris would come out dating a white woman, I think the, even if he likes white women, I feel like Damson should be fully aware he may be canceled. People could like cancel that man if he dated a white woman. But I like Michael B. Jordan, who was usually linked to people of of not of the African American persuasion, and now he's been dating Lori Harvey for some time or whatever. And look, there's nothing wrong with people liking what they like. I don't want anyone to feel like we're saying, okay, don't date white women, but I do feel like sometimes we want black men to want us. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, looks like Mariah's doing good parenting the twins. Yeah, I hope so. I don't believe he went to a consultation. He was at his regular doctor, his doctor's appointment, and picked up a pamphlet. In Mariah's book, she didn't say what happened to her neck. Did you see what some YouTube guy said about Simone Biles being a selfish psychopath for taking them into her break? I did not, and I don't listen to foolishness. If y'all, I don't know if y'all know this is what I mean. Sometimes when folks say foolish things, I just don't even try to address it. Especially when it's like random people. I'll be like, man, look at my damn face. Um, yeah, I don't, I'm gonna leave that be. Yes, this is live now. So if you have a question, you know, because I'm be getting off of them. So again, if there's no more questions, I'm going to be going away. I would always see Jamie Foxx and see Wanda. He came out with unpredictable. He had swag. Yeah, Jamie Foxx. He had 2 albums around the time I was like 25 or 26. I think one album was called Unpredictable, and either the album before or after that had some amazing hits on it. If you ask me, I used to have a crush on Jamie Foxx when he was on Rock. Okay. I think it's interesting the celebrity black men hide their white women brothers show off you're white. Oh Lord Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But I just there are celebrity men who I'm like, oh, you got a whole white woman at home. Okay. Yeah. So while it's shocking, it's only shocking because you feel like, oh, you're so this and so that, and then you just don't expect it. You just don't. But there are also some white actors who have black wives. Like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, it's different. It's different. Um. So it just depends. It just depends. Look, date who you want to date. That's fine. Um. But sometimes it gives off an aura of I want people to assume I'm single because I haven't found the right woman. But in real life, you out here with a whole girlfriend who's white, and you just don't want to show her because you know you may lose a fan base. So that's what I think sometimes happens. Um, Jamie music is good. I'm a hater, but I can't front. He makes good music. Do you know Jamie Foxx is actually his real name? Yeah, his real name is what's that man's real name? I know it's not that, but I've known that since he was on Jamie Foxx show. Yeah, you know he been changed his name. Jay Ellis had no. This is yes. Jay Ellis has a whole white woman. You know what I'm saying? What I also feel like, oh yeah, Childish Gambino too. What I found funny recently is Tyler LaPlay, the guy who he played Benny on the Have Nots. He played um Diamond on P Valley. Okay. And how he has the new girlfriend, Miracle Watts. And now they're all on social media, you know, showing them their love and how she's pregnant. I'm like, but that man had two whole kids. He was with somebody else, had two whole kids. We never seen him speak about or show anything before now. And it's like now all of a sudden you're just this fully open visual person showing. I was like, okay, okay. So I do think Tyler the play, you know, who hid his whole personal life, but now he's being so open with it with Miracle Watts. So I don't know. Yeah, Eric Bishop is his name. Nene recently said she'll be on the new reboot of College Hill. Will you be reviewing that show? I absolutely will. Yeah, I had posted a live when she said that. We discussed that. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I will be because it's not just Nene. It's Nene and like other celebrities. So I want to see what it's hitting for. So I will for sure be reviewing that. And she said it's supposed to be premiering in either June or July. So we shall see. Um, not all the Wayans brothers. um, they hide them because they cater to black audiences. That is true. Issa husband. Issa husband is black. Issa don't have no white husband at all. I've seen Issa don't have a white husband. So, you know, Issa has a whole black man. Um, fully. Okay. Would you date a white man? The reason I don't see myself dating a white man is only because I can't imagine myself sucking a white dick. And it's really that, you know, simple. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for um I find white men attractive, you know. But I can't I just you know I can't, I know that's horrible, and that's you know like oh that's so raunchy, but it's like yeah I can't you know I feel like I have to be honest with myself, and a part of me being with someone we're gonna have to have sex, and I love you know sex with you know the black men that I you know have sex with, so yeah, for me, for me, that's the main reason why I have never been able to see myself with someone of another race. Because sexually, I'm like, damn, can I suck? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The most I've, you know, I had one ex who was Dominican. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's what it was. That's what it was. But yeah, for me, I'm like, you know, can I see myself? And you know, white men call it cock, and I'm like, you know, I can't have sex with a cock. I just can't. Okay, so would I date a white man? Sure, but the date might not lead to nothing because I can't see myself, you know, having sex with a white. And I know that, you know that if things were different in life and I was, you know, looking for somebody who was Caucasian persuasion or whatever, and I could probably like them and things that happen. That's possible. But in my head, I can't, you know, see myself doing that. Are you going to watch around the show? Yes, I am going to watch it. Not going to review it, but I will be watching. It's already set up on my DVR. Um, y'all, look, y'all know me. Look, if you ask me questions, you go get an answer. Okay, they not all the same. Look, people say that they're not all the same. Okay, fish and chicken is both meat. So is lobster and shrimp. It's all meat. I don't eat shrimp, but I eat chicken. But it's all meat. So while all dick is the same or whatever, it also isn't. So, I can't see myself eating, shrimp or scallops. I want to, I can think about it. When I look, I'm like, it don't look right. It don't look done. You know what I'm saying? But my chicken look done, you know? So in my head, I just cannot see myself doing that, you know? And I would not want to be with somebody who I could not do that too, because it's even trade. So like that's my truth. That's just my truth. Uh just saying. Right, you know what I'm saying? And they call it cock. What am I doing with that? Boom. It's also historical. I just can't, you know? And I'm like, and that's okay. But again, I find white men attractive, so I could date one, but I could not. I can't see myself sleeping with one. Now, not to say that it might not ever happen, but as of today, and in my 40 years of life, that has been, what it was. Um, I love dating white men, especially if they a little hood without mommy issues. Honey, that's on you. Congratulations. Um, you just made me suck on my tropical punch Kool-Aid. You down on the mic to your resources. Not at all, okay? Not on my watch, okay? Not on my watch. Ain't gonna happen. Uh, 'cause this is the truth. My cousin dated a white guy, and she said his penis was the size of now of a chapstick. That's not even a penis. What is that? Okay. Other than swag and a good job, the white man also has to have the right hygiene. Right. I need you to be, you know what I'm saying? Because I just need different things. Okay. And it just depends. And it depends on what kind of white person he is. Where was he raised? Okay. What are his beliefs? Does he speak any slang? Has he ever said any racial things? It's so much that goes into it. That would just be something to think about. So again, I would, I could, I look, it's again, you learn something new every day. Um, you know what I'm saying? I have to have the comparisons. Okay, white dick. I don't know. I don't know. I just, you know what I'm saying. People say shrimp ain't that bad. People say, I have never had shrimp, lobster, or scallops, and people say it's delicious. Okay, it just depends on how it's cooked. However, I'm gonna stick with my chicken. I can do some fish. I'm gonna stick to my chicken and my fish. I don't want no, ma'am. Mm-mm. No, I don't want it. I also, you know what I'm saying? Right, this used to white meat and dark meat. Look, I like dark meat. Give me a thigh and a leg. I don't want no breast or no wing. You know what I'm saying? I go to KFC or Popeyes. Give me a 3-piece thigh, spicy. Okay, I need the spicy dark meat. Okay, and look, that does not mean it's anything wrong with white meat. You know what I'm saying? If you want white meat, that's fine. But for me, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm good with the dark meat in my, I'm good with the dark meat in me. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Some folk, like it. Some folk don't. I just don't. I'm okay with the swirl. I know I'm looking for something specific in a man, so I have to be open minded. That's good. Not put on the black condom, honey. Yeah, I don't want no cock. I just don't. White is the least attractive to me though. You know what I'm saying? And everybody have um their preferences. You know what I'm saying? And I just have to be honest to mine. Were you about the same group? I was, and I stopped myself because I be like, girl, calm down. Hey, 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 you're right. Not chopstick, not a 2-piece with a biscuit. But that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Look. Okay, look. No one wants cock. I don't. I don't even like white porn. You know what I'm saying? I can't look. If it's look, I don't need to see no white dude, with his cock. I don't need any of that. No. Give me BBC all day. Okay. Don't want it. And it's nothing against the Caucasian persuasion. It's nothing because some folk like that. Okay. White women have been white women in with white men for eternities. They can have it. Okay, they can have that. I don't want it. It's just something different in me that don't want no white meat. Okay. I don't want it. It's not for me. And it's something about, black men that is amazing to me. And I prefer it. I don't, I don't like sushi. I don't like sushi. So, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And, sushi has a certain, look to it. I'm like, no, man. Okay, give me some, look, you can bake my chicken. Okay, you can broil my chicken. You can air fry my chicken. Hey, look, it don't have to be fried that. I just want the dark of the meat. Okay, and that's it. That's it. I came here for the dark of the meat, and that's what it is. Okay. Um, and I'm just, what I'm saying, I'm just being honest. Okay, you like white meat? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. Leave the dark meat for me. Okay, leave it for me. I'm not. I have to say Asian men. That's a hard no for me. I do find Asian men extremely attractive, but I can't see myself fucking one for the same reason. Okay, I don't want no soy sauce. Okay, it's just not for me. But I find them extremely attractive. But because I would have to, they would have to, look, the same reason. It's still white meat. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. I don't want that. Right, keep the breast and wings over there. Don't want it. Okay. You already had enough of stress going on with that damn treadmill. She can't be stressed about the cock. Right. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't. It's like, no, I can't. No, I can't. I cannot do that. I don't want it. I do not want to be stressed about the cock. Okay. It's not, what's the color? What's the color look like? Oh my God, it's a suit. No, 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 no. Any other race other than black? No, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick. This is my thing. It's not that I'm saying I would only want, or it's like, I'm open to whatever. However, in my 40 years of life, I have never had any urge or any notion to want to have sex with someone of another race. So I can date whoever, but I've never gotten to a point of wanting to sleep with them. And in real life, you have to want to fuck somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So it's not for me. It's not for me. But I feel like other people should date whoever it is they want to date and get on with that. Okay. But it's like, no, thank you. Next. Not fajita meat. Not fajita meat. Y'all is messy. I'm finna get off of here because we is not finna keep discussing penises and races. Because I'm not finna get flagged. Fucking with y'all. It's too much. Um, I just cannot. I cannot get blackout curtains. No, I don't want to be sweet. I don't want to be tricked into sucking, white meat. No, ma'am. No. And I think we all it's okay to want to be with a black man. You know? Oh, now you want to go. Look, I told y'all I'll be on here long enough for y'all to ask me questions, and there are no more questions. So when there are no more questions, I have to go. I also have to get prepared for my live because I'm gonna be. Y'all know we gonna. So y'all know today at 3 o'clock, We're gonna watch. It's gonna be a live watch along because Diana went live and was reading the school for filth, and I want to discuss it. So today at 3 o'clock, well, that's like an hour and a half. So that live is happening then. So I don't want to be on. I did not plan on being on here an hour and a half. Okay, I did not at all. But this is what happens when I do random lives. Y'all come in here and come with the bullshit, okay? And y'all make me answer questions. That's gonna get me flags. So let's hope this video makes some money. But as I said earlier, I'm gonna try to come on and do more little random talk lives or whatever. Like I used to do from before. But again, it's only until y'all have questions and I'm done. The last thing I wanted to touch on was at least the Jersey Shore shit. Cause y'all know Jersey Shore. Okay, when Snooki and them came on 1,000 years ago, and how they're still doing Jersey Shore. Why I keep Lefty and Tongue That Jersey Shore shows with them. Well, MTV announced they're going to do a new cast of Jersey Shore, and the original people out here upset. Okay, because they talking about, we were the one who did it. And they put out a joint statement. Okay, the Jersey Shore folk who's like 50 now. And that's it. As a cast that took a chance with a network in need, we put our most vulnerable moments on television for the world to see. I'm like, first of all, motherfuckers, when Jersey Shore came along, MTV wasn't in need. MTV was already MTV. Okay. Y'all were not on, Zeus Network. Y'all didn't help build Zeus. It was fucking MTV. We gave our all over the past 13 years, became a family, and continue to open our lives for the world. So please understand that we are not in support of a version that will exploit our original show, our hard work, and authenticity to gain viewers. Don't forget to tune in to an all new version. I'm sorry, all new season of Jersey Shore Vacation. I don't understand how anyone who did not create that show, because we have to remember, no one who was cast for that show created it. Y'all were casted on the show. It's not y'all show. So y'all being on the show for 13 years don't mean shit in my opinion. Cause it wasn't y'all show. Y'all were a cast of the show. I was like, what is, and that they all posted it on their social medias. And I was like, how long did y'all think y'all going to the Jersey Shore and being drunk and being dumb would be something to be watched? It's like, and the killer is, y'all show ain't going away. Y'all still have, the Jersey Shore, whatever the name of that show is. But MTV is currently, it said they currently filming a Buckhead Shore, which would be a spinoff of Jersey Shore. Now, Jersey Shore debuted in 2009. Okay. And it's gonna be, it says it will follow the lives of an Atlanta based friend group making a name for themselves in Beverly Hills of the South as they escape their everyday life and head to the lake shore to let loose. Which is the same thing that they did with Jersey Shore. And I was like, it's just because they also had Alabama Shore. So it's like, why are you acting like, oh, now all of a sudden, we are the ones, that need, get out of my damn face. Okay. Um, but let me see. I'm here. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Look, cock separation. I'm so mad. I was like, it's okay. You can rewatch it. That's Mama Mater. She put the J education to good use. Yeah. And the reason I want to watch along to her, because the lab was like 40 minutes. Um, but I feel like, so many folks have only cut and pasted pieces together. Like, no, I wanted to watch the whole thing and talk with y'all about it. And so that would be later on. This is fun and entertaining. Thank you so much. A different handsome man. Wait, aren't they seriously? Yeah, the Jersey Shore cast they have to be in their late 30s. They may be like 40. I don't know. So we shall see. I love myself, so I'm loyal to my black men. Amen. I mean, who? The original cast is old for the show now. Move on. Right. So I don't understand why they're making it seem like MTV is like using their likeness. I'm like, they going get on my face. Um, they should be happy they created a legacy that's being continued. Did they seriously think they'll be the cast ever? And I think they did. And that's the weird part. I really don't understand it. Right, the real world has a million seasons in different cities, different casts. What's wrong with the, the orange truck? They don't own the right to the show. MTV needs to replace the old and dusty cast members. And that's the thing. They're not even getting rid of them. They're letting them have that reunion type shit, like the family reunion type show. And then we'll have a whole new cast for the actual Jersey Shore. It's like y'all can't think it's only for y'all. Right. Most of the cast is over 30 with kids. So what do they expect? I'm like, right, it's so dumb to me. But sometimes people be dumb for no reason. Anyway, black men, all their goodness and stuff like that. Look, okay. Black penis is amazing. Black penis is amazing. And I feel like it's okay to only want black penis. It does not mean that you don't want other folks to have other penises. Okay. It just means that you have found what you like the most. Okay. I love chicken. Okay, my favorite is chicken. I love the steak too. But however, I'm not out here. I don't want no sushi. Okay, I don't want no sushi. I don't want no lobster. I'm good on that. I don't want it down my throat. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this little pop up morning live. I did not an hour and 39 minutes, and it's a whole lot to do. Look, a good morning random chit chats from the bed. Okay, because look, in case y'all did not know where am I at, I am still in the bed. Okay, in my room. It's half my room. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Still around here. You know, in my bed, chillaxing. Again, today at 3 p.m., the live watch along and chit chat, two Diana's live. And I may, go live later tonight. I don't know. And then tomorrow I'll do something. I may come on tomorrow morning again to do another little random chit chat live. But again, come on back around here at 3 o'clock for that. Okay. Cause look, as I said when I started this an hour and 40 minutes ago, um, something told me to get up and go on live. Okay. I didn't have nothing to talk about. And so, it's fun to do that because sometimes folks just need to talk. Yes, enjoy the live. Thank you so much. Thanks for the laugh. Now I can get something right now. Get to work. Get to work. Okay. And because I'm off work right now, when I go back to work, this won't be happening. So I'm trying to take advantage and be as active on my channel because I'm not having to go to my daytime job until I think the first. I might go back on the first or the sixth. Thanks for the lives. If it was from TV, would no one know what the original cast member? Right, we would not know them. Yes. Thanks for gonna check. Um, no, she went live already, and I have the video of that. So it's just a watch along. Not nobody wants to see y'all born asses no more. That's true. But yeah, she already went live. So we're gonna watch her live and chit chat about it. Okay. Thank you. This definitely helped ease my mind with all the stuff going on here in Texas. This is the thing. So I've always said my channel is fully, about taking your mind away from things going on because y'all know there are multiple news stations, social media platforms, YouTubers, whatever, who is fully covering all of that. So for me, I always feel like I want to take people's mind off of that to have other conversations because if we engulf ourselves in it, it's gonna be even worse. And there's nothing worse than what happened in Texas. But I like to keep my channel light and in love, which is why I will address things a little bit and then say, hey, this is so that, you don't have to be here fully focused on that. This is to come here and kind of just have a moment of relief, a little bit of fun, a little bit of laugh, and a little bit of joking. Because once you go back on social media or go back on the news or whatever, it's going to be fully that story. So I've always made sure that my channel was like, an escape from that because we all need a little breath of fresh air. Because if not, it gets too heavy. So even when we, chat, later on with the Diana thing, I'm like, I want to put up stuff that we can talk about that isn't the main thing going on in the news because that's heavy enough. So sometimes we have to make a space for a different vibe, and that's what my channel is for. Okay. However, do not forget to like the video, comment in the comment section. Y'all know to follow me on IG and Twitter at JayLeesCorner. I'll be popping on there. Okay, so do not forget to do that. But other than that, I will talk to y'all in about an hour at 3 p.m. for live watch along. And I just hope we all have a great rest of our day. Please stay safe. Peace and blessings to all. And until then, y'all, peace.